Hi everybody, hope you're all doing great. I'm here today to bring you the latest released indie patterns from the month of May. We are nearly at the end of May, so this is a bit late, but luckily I've held off because there's been some fantastic new patterns just released this day, actually today. So how beautiful are all the autumnal colours. We are just heading towards the end of autumn here in Australia. It's cold today. It's been about 10 degrees most of the morning, so freezing, but trying to cozy up inside in front of the heater and look for some fantastic patterns for you guys for the month of May. And there's so much to choose from, lots of variety and lots to get you inspired. A lot of you get to see new patterns over on Instagram. So if you haven't joined up Instagram and had a look at the great sewing community over there, it is a really good idea to see brand new indie patterns when they are launched. There's some fantastic new patterns. I think you're going to love the variety on here. I have actually got on today my Sewing Revival Knickout top, which is actually a dress, but I've made it in this beautiful fabric from Lady McElroy Lawn. I think it's called Culture in Style, and I did purchase this fabric probably about a year or maybe 2 years ago now. So I love wearing cotton lawn. I love wearing it in summer and in winter because I can layer it. But I do love the big billowy sleeve this style has, especially with the cotton lawn, to give it that bit of structure. So I will stand up so you can see the fabric. But the colours are so pretty, and it's so lovely to see a nice kind of warm autumnal base for a change. If you're like me and you love brights normally, it is nice to soften it sometimes and pop a little cardigan over it for that layering effect. But I better get started on the patterns because there's lots to get through. Now, the first pattern I want to talk about is actually two patterns released from the gorgeous Lindsay over at Sew to Grow. Lindsay is an Aussie pattern designer, and she's come out with two brand new patterns. Now, the first is the Lanti swing dress. This is actually an A-line top, A-line dress, or smock style dress. So you get three different versions in one pattern, which is always fantastic. Now, Lindsay has got some beautiful fabrics over on her website as well. She's designed them all herself, and they were launched last year and they just took off and were fantastic. So the size range is 8 to 22, and I think she's working on expanding those size ranges slowly as well. I love how she's used her beautiful bright retro prints to showcase these styles. So I'll put some pics up so you can see. The A-line top would be very practical, especially for some pants, jeans for this time of year here in Australia, but also for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere to wear the short sleeve top style version. The smock style dress, I think, is just stunning as well, because we all love that kind of easy kind of wear smock style top or dress. And the A-line dress is also really cute. They're kind of like a little shift style dress. So really lovely patterns. And the next pattern is the Carolina Culottes. Now, this also in an 8 to 22 is called an easy make, a great first pair of pants if you haven't entered into pants making. Lindsay says these are great to make because they are very easy to make and versatile. They've got a really lovely pleating detail at the front and a nice wide culotte style leg, which is just so wearable. And Sew to Grow patterns are turning 8 this year, which I think she's celebrating by having 20% off all of her online store there. So a great time to pick up some fantastic bargains, as well as some kits. She has some kits over there with the patterns and fabric already made up. So she's done the thinking for you there. And Lindsay is also turning 35. So happy birthday to Lindsay, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday and do some celebrating over there at Sew to Grow patterns. Now, the gorgeous Jo from Forget Me Not Patterns has also released a brand new skirt pattern. It's called the Natalie skirt. You have two different versions. The skirt itself is really lovely high-waisted style skirt, so very, very pretty for showcasing that waistline if you're wanting to tuck a top in or maybe have a crop style top. The first version has an angled style high waist that you can really accentuate. And you do have the two options of the waistband. You can go for that plain high waistband as well. The size range in this is 28 to 52. It's for woven fabrics. It does have a lovely angled style pocket to complement that raised diagonal waist seam and a button front. You've also got the beautiful seam lines running up the skirt. Kind of gives it that lovely swingy shape. So a really lovely design skirt. And I really love how Jo puts so much thought into her patterns. They are very unique patterns. And I think this is going to appeal to everyone in all seasons because you can see how she's done them in very different fabrics to showcase that style line off as well. And not only would this skirt be beautiful in something light like a linen or a chambray, also something for winter would be lovely like a gabardine or maybe a wool blend or a twill. I think you can really do a lot with this skirt and really accentuate the lovely panels there. So an interesting design as always from Forget-Me-Not Patterns. Now, the ladies over at Named Patterns have been very busy in the last few months. They've actually released quite a few new patterns just a couple of months ago now, but they've also come out with some beautiful patterns that are classed as maternity friendly, or you can wear them without having to be pregnant at all. Great when you can have that versatility in patterns and not have to make maternity style patterns. So first is the Ilma smock dress or top. Beautiful style, swingy little top, or the dress version, which is like an off the shoulder elasticated, really lovely style, beautiful for summer for you guys in the northern hemisphere. And you'll have to bear with me because no matter what time of day I come out here, I always have people out mowing their gardens, mowing their lawns, and it's just, I'm like a magnet. And I always had to laugh about Karina and I always go through the same dilemmas when we're filming outside. There's always a bit of background noise, so bear with me on that one. Now, they've also come out with the interesting design of the Sisko interlaced top or dress. This is a really unique style knit pattern. You can make it as a dress, or you can make it just as a top with a crossover front. I love the fact that it crosses over around the neck and gives you kind of a keyhole effect and then winds around and ties at the back. So a really interesting and unique style. And the dress in this is absolutely lovely. And I know they've got it pictured there as maternity style, but I think it would just work beautifully without being maternity. It's a lovely and unique style, and I think their knit patterns are always wonderful over at Named Clothing. The assembly line patterns, the elastic waist maxi skirt. It has a gorgeous high waist with a really thick, kind of almost like triple layered elastic effect. So that would be so comfortable, but so lovely and stylish to wear something tucked in. Size range on that is extra small to 3 extra large. Has some beautiful patch pockets. So I love the fact that they've done it in a simple black, but I think it'd be beautiful in a linen or even a lightweight denim as well. They're the perfect patterns for a working wardrobe, but they have that modern but very casual, comfortable edge as well. So a really classic style skirt pattern, and their skirt patterns are all wonderful. I just love Assembly Line's aesthetic for being kind of simple but very wearable patterns. They've also got picture with that the new V-neck cuff top pattern, and we all love their regular cuff top round neck pattern. It's just a classic and a very, very popular staple, but now they've come out with the V-necked version, and the sleeve of course is a bit longer and very puffy, very similar to this one, but love that kind of deep V-neck, and I think that would be a fantastic pattern, the two of those to mix and match in any kind of either casual or working wardrobe. So again, size range on that top goes from extra small to 3 extra large, and that is from the Assembly Line. Now, one that I was really excited about because I do love their patterns. It's one of the first indie patterns I made was the fringe dress. I'm talking about chalk and notch pattern. They've come out with the Evelyn skirt. Now, this is a lovely, really sexy style, kind of a midi length skirt. It has a split at the front with buttons. It has got 3 different options. You can either go for the classic fitted waistband, you can go for the elasticated waistband as well, or you can go for the one without the buttons. So you can really do either one of those, but I think it's gorgeous. It's a really stunning style skirt, and I haven't seen any other patterns around quite like this one. The good thing about the elastic waist is that you can adjust the elastic, and I think that's fantastic. Size range on this one is 0 to 30, and it can be made in things like rayons and linens and lightweight denims and chambrays. I think it's perfect for a summer wardrobe, but definitely think about making one for winter, even with a beautiful wool tweed. I think would look gorgeous with a black stocking as well. So there's just so many varieties and things you could think up for using for fabric for this Evelyn skirt. And Jennifer Lauren Patterns has come out with a brand new dress. It's called 50s dress, kind of house coat meets modern style dress. They've called it the Isla wrap dress. Now this is a gorgeous style. It has that vintage vibe to it, but it does wrap around the back. You'll see the really interesting, unique design there. Wraps around the back and then around at the front with a tie as well. Vision from a Simplicity dress that I've seen that does the same thing, but the fit on this would be perfect because I know that she does now have her curve range. The Isla wrap dress has A to F cups as well, so if you're looking for something with a good decent cup size there, you can do different variations on that. Size range is 6 to 34, but I think that beautiful back wrap style is really going to work well for a lot of people, and her patterns all had that beautiful vintage styling to them as well. And I have just noticed that So Liberated has a beautiful kind of tunic apron style out. It's called the Studio Tunic, sizes 0 to 28. I love how they've styled this with a simple white t-shirt and a pair of jeans as well. You can easily wear this for day-to-day wear, but as well as that, you can also make one for things like, you know, day-to-day life, like cooking in the kitchen, or for artwork, crafting, just to keep your clothing clean. Even gardening, I think, would be fantastic as well. So the Studio Tunic, of course, they are So Liberated do make some very wearable styles. It has got some lovely patterns there with a very unique styling to them, very easy wear looking. Now, one pattern that I have been waiting for, because I know that Casey has told me for a while now she's been working on her testing, and if you haven't followed her channel, I suggest you go and look on YouTube for Pattern Scout's YouTube channel. Casey does some wonderful sew-alongs. She does have a sew-along for this pattern as well. And this is the poppy ruffle blouse. It is a gorgeous style, a little boho edge to it as well. You can do it with a ruffle or just a simplified version. It's got a lovely slit at the neck. Size range on the poppy is 0 to 30, but definitely go and follow over on Casey's YouTube channel because she's wonderful to watch. She has some great tutorials, some really interesting information even about pattern drafting. She likes to share all of her knowledge, and I think that's just fantastic. This is one I'm definitely going to make. I do have the pattern. I will definitely be sewing something up with it because I do love a good blouse pattern. As you can tell, I am all about blouses. I think they're the most practical thing to own in the wardrobe, and I love the fact that you can make this poppy blouse in maybe a sheer fabric and layer it with a little singlet top underneath. Those sort of patterns I think are really practical for things like sheer type of fabrics, which are always beautiful, but sometimes it's very hard to find the right type of pattern to showcase it. But with that floaty kind of frill at the hem, I think it'll work really, really well. I've also noticed that Love Notions has a brand new pattern called the Aria button-down shirt dress. That's also a really popular pattern, and Love Notions are always very popular with the sewing community, I think because of their range of size, and also their instructions are brilliant too. Now, Style Art Patterns is always a favourite pattern company of mine, because not only because it's Australian, but I love how gorgeous their patterns look. Whenever I've made one, I've been really over the moon with the fit and the design and style. I do love this pattern. It's the Millicent wrap dress. It's a woven dress, has a really lovely style wrap front, A-line style midi skirt, a beautiful elasticated like balloon style sleeve. You can either do the shorter sleeve or the longer sleeve, and it has a lantern kind of two-piece effect to it. So very unusual sleeve. I love the fact that you can make this in sizes from 4 to 30. They've also got some tucks in the back to give you a bit of shaping as well, but they've recommended things like linens and silks and rayons would work perfectly in this dress, and I just think it'd be stunning if you're looking for a wrap dress but you haven't made your mind up. I think with those kind of options it's always great, and wrap dresses really do work well on just about every body shape, and they're very practical things to own in a wardrobe and not too hard to make. As far as fitting, they're one of the easiest things to fit because you get giving yourself that bit of room there without having any zips or closures. So a really lovely style dress, the Millicent from Style Arc. If you haven't checked out Style Arc's patterns before for blouse patterns, they have such a huge catalogue there, a great variety. But don't forget to check out their tops section because they do also have woven tops that you could class as blouses as well. So I really love Style Arc's newest patterns, and definitely just added a few more things to my list of things I want to make. Tessuti has come out with a brand new knit top pattern called the Mika or Mika, not sure how to pronounce that one, but it's classed as an oversized boxy tee with lots of stitching detail at the neck, a lovely boxy style with that raglan sleeve, so a very easy make, easy wear type of pattern. You can definitely think about making this into a dress as well. I think Tessuti have always got brilliant patterns. They are lovely to wear and to make as well. And I've just noticed too that the new pattern from the Cashmere Club, if you haven't got it, I'll pop it up here so you can see. Now this blouse pattern is only for members, so if you're part of the club Cashmere Club, you will automatically get to download that. Now I am in the middle of making a pearl cardigan from Tilling the Buttons. It's a great little wraparound style cardigan with some new knits that I've got in. I'm also in the process of getting some new knitwear, hopefully in the next week or so, that I'll be able to show you guys. And a lot of you are looking for knits at the moment, but there's some great cardigan style patterns out there, and it's always lovely to be able to use some knits to do some layering, so that will be happening very shortly. I hope you've enjoyed that today. I hope the mower in the background hasn't been too annoying for you to focus on the patterns, but I really wanted to bring you these because I think it's always very exciting news when new patterns are released. You can get that visual there, maybe get you a bit of inspiration happening if you're wanting to sew some new things up. It's always a great way to get moving on that. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that today. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would do that and become part of our sewing community here. And also, if you enjoyed the episode today, a thumbs up would be fantastic. It will help other sewers like you find my channel. I'd love to hear what your favourite pattern of May was. If you have any other patterns you'd love to suggest, please write them in the comments below, and that way other people can spread the word. We can all find out what's happening in the sewing community this month. Take care everyone, happy sewing, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.